under reducing. And under reducing, and this is by from one extreme to the other, by prime factorizing. And I'll give you the example and then we'll talk about it. Let's say you have 125 over 1,000. Now granted, you will not always have to do this, but if the book directions tell you to do this, you must do this. Does that make sense, Carlos? If the directions tell you to do this way, you must do it this way. And the directions are going to tell you reduce by using prime factorization. Reducing by using prime factorization, which means this has to happen. The first step is the longest, and it's going to take you a little bit of time. You have to prime factorize both the top and bottom numbers. Both the top and the bottom numbers, which is going to take a little bit of work, but you know, you should never be afraid of good hard work. And it's your choice. You get your choice as to how to prime factorize these. If you were given 125, Lacey Robbins, how would you prime factorize 125? Your choices are either the factor tree or the division by primes. Which one would you prefer?
Division by prime.
All right, let's go with that. So Lacey says I have 125. What am I going to divide it by? 5. 5 goes in 125, I believe, 25 times. And then what can I divide 25 by? 5 and 5. So on my top, and you have to put this back on top, I have 5 times 5 times 5. You are almost halfway done. Now, I need to do the same thing with 1,000. And Sam says, I would do what with 1,000? Division by primes or factor tree? Oh, great. Why didn't I write it a little higher? Well, let's do it. All right. 1,000. And I've always said, if you can cut it in half, cut it in half, because that's kind of the easiest division. So divide by 2, you get 500. Divide 500 by 2, you get 250. I guess I can divide 250 by 2 and get 125. Now, by the way, children, I'm not against you using some shortcuts. If you look, this was 125, this was 125. What do you suppose your next 3 factors are going to be when you divide this out? 5, 5, and 5. 5. I mean, certainly, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every time. Now you need to write these on the bottom. 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 5 times 5. Does that look familiar? Because we've done this now. Guess what you do at this point? Cross off 1 for 1. 1 for 1 tops with bottoms. And this will look familiar because what do you do here? 1 5 with a 5, a second 5 with a second 5, a third 5 with a third 5. Oh no! Everything on top is crossed off. What does that mean you have to do, John? What are you left with on top? Nope. Which, by the way, I suppose it's probably my fault that you didn't do this, but technically what you're doing when you're doing this is you're reducing. you should actually go like this. 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into this 5 one time, 5 goes into that 5 one time, and into this 5 one time. What are you left with on top? 1 times 1 times 1. Technically, you're left with a 1 on top. What are you left with on the bottom? Yeah, you need to re-multiply for step number 3, your numbers. And 2 times 2 is not 6, but Charlie did say 8. So this reduces to 1/8. You won't have to do this for too very long because you don't need to do this because there's other ways to reduce, but this definitely gives you a little bit of flavor for everything there. Oh, let's do one more. And by the way, children, again, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The next time you see 1,000 and you have to prime factorize it, and maybe in your notes, you maybe have it somewhere, you can just write down 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 5 times 5. You don't have to keep doing the same exact problem over again. You know, I'm not against you, saving yourself a little time. For example, here's one, 875 divided by 1,000. So 875 over 1,000. We already did 1,000. So you can automatically write down what? 2 times 2 times 2 times 5 times 5 times 5, because you already did that. 875 we haven't done, so we're going to have to do that. But I'm guessing it's going to come easy here in a minute. What number, Sam, goes in 875?
5.
Yeah, which is what, 175? And what goes into 175? 5, which is what? 35. What goes into 35? 5 times 7. So on top you get 5 times 5 times 5 times 7. What's going to cross off? This 5, this 5, that 5, that 5, that 5, that 5. What are you left with? 7 on top. 2 times 2 on the bottom. Dost thou think that thou canst handle such things? Probably so. Probably so. Well done. Good. All right, perfect. Then your assignment.